All right, let's dive into some ADP Total Source reviews. Okay, I like to look for reviews on this website, g2.com. This is a business software review site. And the reason I like this site is because they go through the process of verifying the user reviews. Okay, so you're not going to get a review that's an employee of the company or a scorned ex-lover of someone in the company. You're going to get a review from someone who is an actual user or employee inside of a company that utilizes the services. And the first thing that kind of stands out here for ADP TotalSource is 236 reviews. Kind of a low sample size, to be honest with you, especially compared to some of the other PEOs that leave reviews. I think maybe what happens is the reviews get lost in the broader ADP shuffle. Company like Trident, which has like half the worksite employees, TriNet, which has half the worksite employees, has over double the reviews that they do. And you have some much smaller PEOs, which have almost 10 times the reviews that ADP TotalSource is. So that being said, ADP TotalSource has about a 4.4 star average out of 5, with almost 70% of their reviews being 5-star. So I found that to be pretty interesting. A lot of 5-star reviews, a lot of 4-star reviews as well. So the 4.4 average was pretty high, especially compared to some of the competitive reviews that I've seen for other PEOs in the space. All right, we're going to dive in here. We're going to start with a 1-star review. This Satish worked in a company over 50 employees. Okay, they liked that it has an all-in-one platform that handles different sections of their needs, but it failed them the past few months. They had a difficult and tough time with the tax department. Okay, one state department threatened to put a tax lien on their company because ADP did not file their taxes on one of the states that they do business in, even though they raised a ticket with them and action was not taken. Okay. The first ticket was open in November. It's still open as of March 2024. Okay. They called multiple times. ADP TotalSource is still looking into it. They don't know the exact reason of the failure. They're blaming other people. And at the moment, the account rep has promised to resolve it in a week. But they are urging prospective clients to be careful, keep pushing them to do the work they're supposed to do. You can see ADP TotalSource. They're very active on this site, replying to comments and feedback that are left on this site. Okay, so we're going to go now to a 2-star review. Here's Joan with less than 50 employees. She's saying ADP is going downhill. Okay, she likes the convenience of the timekeeping and payroll system, but she doesn't like the slow response time when there's problems. And she also has some concerns about filing employer taxes promptly. Okay. And she's saying that they're not really helping her business solve any challenges right now. So, 2 pieces of feedback on employer taxes on this review site so far. Here's a 3-star review. Here's Yvonne, fewer than 50 employees. She's been with ADP TotalSource, looks like over 15 years, and she's saying that it's just not the same. Okay. When she's doing payroll, normal payroll, it's easy to enter, but at times, sometimes she has to call to verify how to enter something more complicated. It says here, sometimes when she calls, the service calls go offshore, and almost all correspondence has to take place through the portal. Okay. She would expect better service given what she pays for this service. Okay. So that's a 3-star review in October of 23. Here's almost 4-star review. It makes many HR and payroll processes simpler. So great aspects about ADP TotalSource. Seamless 401k integration with payroll, 360-degree communication, managing the 401k is easy. COBRA administration and termination support seems to be great. They like the HR and payroll support as well. Her payroll team is Palmyra. She's responsive and incredibly helpful. Lastly, performance management feature is excellent. They have integration and training for this feature was extensive and helpful. And that they've used it already with many employees for one-off reviews and 90-day reviews and promotional reviews as well. What they disliked, integration was a challenge, all right? Not as seamless as promised. That's to be expected, but there were many issues that appears to be piling on top of each other. Several missing features with payroll that they'd like to see improved. For example, when an employee goes on leave, the payroll system doesn't register it in payroll. So you have to manually deduct the days an employee is on leave instead of the system catching the leave in payroll, which is a little bit surprising as ADP is one of the top payroll companies in the US. How is ADP TotalSource benefiting them? It's streamlining onboarding, terminations, 401k management, and performance management. Let's take a look at a 5-star review, a raving fan. This is Tony with fewer than 50 employees in November. HR's best friend. Whenever I have a question, it's payroll or unemployment, ADP Workforce is my go-to solution. This person has a marketing major, but they ended up in HR. Interesting how sometimes your degree isn't really applicable to what you end up doing in the long run, right? But this person knows they have a resource in ADP they can turn to anytime they're unsure they have a task they're faced with. The only downside that they say is you have to submit a lot of your inquiries to a portal if an agent cannot resolve your issue on the spot. So if it's a time-sensitive matter, waiting in a queue is never fun. ADP TotalSource is really helping this company solve and helping this company benefit. They had to complete an employee verification form. They were trying to pull up different pay statements, W-2s, etc. The ADP workforce representative informed them that this is a magical little button on the dashboard. It'll produce all the info needed for the employment verification and pay history. And they were mind blown how easy they made it for them. So there's some reviews for you. Again, back to the overall review of ADP TotalSource on 236 reviews, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Almost 70% of all the reviews are 5 stars. So looks to be that the market has received and continues to rate ADP TotalSource highly for the services that they provide in the PEO space.